Hi there, it's Nolene Sliney, video and visibility mentor. So today I want to talk about an element of visibility that's actually not really mentioned very much or not considered very much when it comes to visibility. So oftentimes we think about visibility, right? And obviously visibility means being visible, showing up, right? Being in front of your audience, okay? And that's really great. And maybe you are already doing that. Like maybe you're thinking, well, I am visible, Nolene. Like I'm showing up and I'm putting out content and I'm doing videos and, and all that stuff and that's all really great, okay? And, maybe you're putting out content regularly. Again, really, really great. Okay. It is great to be visible because people need to see you, right? And again, maybe you're thinking, yeah, I'm sharing lots of value with people. Again, really great. You want to share value with your people. But here's my question to you. Are you also inviting people to work with you? Are you sharing your paid offerings with them as well and how they can work with you? Are you inviting them to work with you in your paid products, offers, services, whatever it is that you have, your group programs? Are you doing that? Right? Or maybe you're sharing some of your offerings, but maybe you only ever share your low end offerings, right? You never really ever put out anything that's kind of in your mid range or your high end range. And the thing is that this is why I say this element of visibility, the sharing and inviting people to work with you element, the selling element is such an important element of your visibility as well. Because otherwise, if you're just going out there and you're being visible, yes, you absolutely want to do that. That is a great way to obviously start getting to people to know you, like you, trust you, building connections with them. But you have to also ask them then, okay, and invite them and tell them how they can work with you, how they can get that next level of help with you, right? Whether it be to solve their problem or fulfill their desire, because sometimes it is about a desire. It's not always about a problem that needs fixing, right? Some people have a burning desire to be great or better or just have something luxurious, whatever it is that you're selling, okay? Whatever that fulfills, okay? And people really want to know that, like they want that. And clearly they're watching you, they're engaging with you. They're there for a reason because they want to know more about you. Okay. So because they know they want more from you. And it's great that you're inspiring them with your content and all of that. But you have to also share with them how you can help them, right? Because otherwise you are withholding information from them. Okay. They might be thinking, God, I really just want to get this problem solved. It's driving me crazy, right? Or I really want to fulfill this, or I'm ready for this next level. Okay. And you are the person can help them with that. But if you are withholding that information about how they can actually do it, right? They may not even know it's possible, right? So that's why I say you're withholding information if you're not actually sharing with them how they can work with you, how they can get that help they need or that fulfill that desire, that you are the person to do that. Okay. And the thing is as well that, we go back to the term value, right? You want to be offering value to people. And that's obviously what we do with our content. But it's also offering value when they work with you, right? So they can make that transformation. Okay. They can get their problem solved, fulfill their desire, whatever it is. Okay. And when you do that as well, that is being of service as well. We always hear about, I want to be of service and offering the value is being of service. But as I say, so is working with you. When they join your program, when they buy your product, when they work with you one-to-one, whatever it is that you offer. Okay. That is also then being of service. In fact, that's the highest form of being of service and value to your soul aligned clients. And in fact, that's where you make the biggest impact in people's lives. Because yes, they can watch all of your content and be inspired and get value. And that's all really, really good and well. Okay. But it's only when they go with you and work with you, buy your product or your service or whatever it is your offer, join your group program, your membership, right? That is when they're going to make the biggest transformation. And that's where you get to make the biggest impact in their lives. Okay. Now I can totally relate if you're thinking, oh my God, yeah, I do, like, I'm not reselling and I don't share my offers. And, this can be for a number of reasons, right? So I know for me, for example, like I was showing up and being visible. First and foremost, I had real blocks around being visible. I started to overcome that. I was showing up and I was all about offering the value, the value, the value, the value. Okay. But what I wasn't doing was I wasn't sharing with people how they could work with me, right? And how they could make the transformation they want and get to the next level that they want and fulfill their desires, right? I was keeping all that hidden to myself. And the reasons were number one, I was really scared of being salesy and spammy. I thought, oh my God, if I put out one of my offers, if I say, here's my paid thing. Oh my God, I'm just going to come across so salesy and spammy. And I do not want to be that person, right? Now, the second reason as well was I was really worried about being judged by people. I thought, oh my God, everyone's going to unsubscribe. They're going to unfollow me, and they're going to think, what an absolute like bitch, right? They are going to hate me for it, right? And they're going to think I'm this awful person. I'm greedy. How dare I? I thought I'd get terrible comments. Okay. All this stuff I built up in my head, right? And then there's a third one. And this is one I'm seeing quite a lot lately as well, right? And it was this thing where I was telling myself, oh, look at those people. They're all selling. And oh, how dare they sell? Oh my God, like they're just the worst. They're always selling. And, you know, I do not want to be like those people, right? Like that's just the worst energy to be in, right? And I was telling myself this. So of course, these stories, you know, and they were stories, right? They became like almost my reality then, because I convinced myself that all of those things were true, right? When they in fact were not. Okay. And all that happened was it meant that I wasn't selling, I wasn't making the impact that I wanted to make. Okay. I wasn't making money in my business because, and then things got really hard, not really helpful for me. And then when I was showing up, I was showing up with the wrong energy, because I was in this then energy of desperation, but also in an energy of you know, almost like, well, what's the point in doing this? People aren't going to buy anyway. They're not doing anything, right? So it, you know, it really wasn't really good for me. And one of the big turning points for me was one day when a lady who I knew for quite some time, who knew me, I presumed she knew everything that I did. She was actually someone who consumed a lot of my content, which was great. And she reached out to me directly and she said, hey, Nolan, I was just wondering, do you know anybody who offers, and this was a particular service that she was looking for. And I was like, oh my God, like that's the service I offer. Why is she asking me, right, about somebody else? And like I was almost offended by it, right? And then I sat back, right, and I was like, yeah, well, hold on a second, Nolene. You haven't even told her ever that you offer this service. And it was a real boom, light bulb moment for me. And it made me think, well, if she's thinking that, other people as well are thinking the same. The people in my audience are also thinking the same. And they're wondering, oh my God, right, okay, I wonder, does she know someone else who offers this service? Or they were going out to other people who probably weren't actually as good as me, or weren't, you know, offering as much value, who wouldn't have got the same transformation they would have got working with me, but they were buying from them and enrolling in their services because that person was putting out what they were offering, right? And they were able to make the impact that they wanted, okay? So maybe you can relate to this, okay? And as I said, first and foremost, I really want you to know that it's absolutely okay if you have those, you know, fears and blocks and stories you're telling yourself. You know, I come from a corporate background. Like I worked in corporate for about 12, 13 years. I was in investment banking, right? International investment banking. I was able to stand up in a room and, you know, talk about the products and services we had. And I could give presentations in front of people. But when it came to my business then, as I said, this is when I had all these blocks. And maybe you can relate, like maybe you also come from a background where you didn't ever have, you were okay with selling other people's products and services. But when it comes to yourself, you have these blocks, right? So as I say, number one, it's okay. But number two, right? It's time to change that, because I know if you're watching this, right, and you're in my audience, you are somebody who has something truly transformational to offer people. I know that the work you're doing is incredibly impactful in people's lives in an incredibly positive way that will actually have such a ripple effect in the world, in those people's lives and out into the greater world, right? And I want to make sure that you are getting those offers out there, okay? So I'm going to walk my own talk here. I'm going to embody what I've just mentioned there, because I have something that I know is going to greatly help you to do this. And this is a masterclass that I created called Become a Sales Magnet on Video, right? Now, this is actually something that I had forgotten about that I created myself, right? This is a masterclass that I actually ran live some time ago. It could even be 18 months to 2 years ago, right? And it's actually now available on my website for you to download and watch and implement, right? And this is a hidden gem, right? And I have not been talking about it myself enough, right? So what is included in this, right? And first and foremost, before you think, oh, I don't need a masterclass, I don't need a course, let me finish, because I have something that's really going to help you, not just to actually, you know, go through the course, but actually implement, because I'm all about implementation as well, right? So first and foremost, right, is exactly what it says on the tin. It's going to help you to become a sales magnet on video. And what it does is it has 3 elements to it, right? So the first one is, okay, around your confidence around being visible in general, in particular on video. So maybe video is something that you're not really using very much right now, or not at all, and you really want to start using it, right? Spoiler alert, video is the number one way to get seen and heard and make an impact, right, in people's lives and to make sales. I make sales all the time from my videos, okay? So it's going to really help you with that. Or maybe you are don't really have visibility blocks, but again, maybe you are showing up on video, but you're still, there's still a bit of doubt and hesitation there. It's going to help you with that. Okay. Now the second part it's going to help with you with is what we just talked about today. It is going to help you with your blocks around selling. Okay. As I said, I had massive blocks around this myself. Okay. And I was scared to show up. So I have shared everything with you in there, tons of ways, right, that are really, really going to help you with this and really help you to think in such a different way about selling that feels really good to you. Again, I'm someone who wants to sell in an ethical way, in a way that's in line with my values, but also that feels good to me, right? And again, you don't even have to use the word selling if that really brings up stuff for you. This is going to help you to share and invite people to work with you. That makes you feel so excited that they are going to be magnetized to as well, which is the third part of what you do. It's the actual selling on video part. So again, as I said, I am a huge, huge fan of using video to not only content and value, but also to invite people to work with you as well. And I have tons of ways in there. I think I can't even remember the last count, but I think it's about I'm going to say 13, but I think there could be 16 different ways in there you can use video to sell. Now, before you start getting overwhelmed and going, oh my God, just give me one. I get that, but you can choose them, right? You can, and you'll see that when you go in there, you see how I say, I recommend starting with this one, and then you can start adding things on. Or for maybe those of you who are already maybe doing some of them, I know you're going to find extra ones in there that you're going to be able to use. Okay. And they are all so simple, so quick, and it's going to not only make you start loving being on video, right, and sharing and talking and being your authentic self on video, but it's also going to help you to also love sharing and inviting people to work with you in your paid containers on video as well. Okay. Video now accounts for 70%, right, of all the content we see online, right? So it's important to be on video, but also you want to stand out on video, but also you want to share what it is that you have to offer on video as well. Okay. And as I said, I'm not only just a fan of, creating these kind of things for you, but I want you to implement as well. I'm a huge fan. There's no point in doing something and then you don't implement. So I have a special offer on for the next 7 days, okay? So from whatever time you're watching this, okay? And first and foremost, you're getting the masterclass at 25% off, okay? And secondly, in order to help you implement, you're also going to get 1 month free in my Magnetic Video and Visibility Guild, right? So this is my membership that I've created, and it literally helps you to do everything we're doing in the masterclass as well, right? So it's going to help you to be on video. You're going to be selling as well. And within the guild, we also have video prompts. We have, I think at the moment we have, is it 55? I can't remember now. We're close to 55 prompts. By the time you watch this, we're probably going to have more. So there's lots of video prompts in there as well for you to choose from to help you actually implement and take the action, right? So again, as I said, I give you loads of examples in the masterclass, but also in the guild where you have 1 month free in, you also get exact examples that you can be using. You might be thinking, okay, well, how do I actually sell the thing now? What do I say? That's what I help you with in there. It's a safe space as well that you can use. We have a private group where you can practice on video first as well before you put it out if you want to. You can get feedback from the other members in there, right? Here's the other thing that you're getting, right? You can actually use that, right, to also promote your offer to the other people that are in there as well. A lot of the members in there end up buying from each other. They've become each other's clients and customers. Okay. I might have what you're looking for. Then come in and share it with me as well. So you have plenty of opportunities to practice, not just being on video, but to also practice the selling part of it as well, the sharing and inviting. And again, the prompts that we have in there are ones that are going to really bring out your personality. That make you stand out. I don't give you exact say this, say that word for word. No, because that's not going to be helpful to you. But what it does is it helps you bring out the right words that you want to say in relation to your product, your service, what it is that you do and how you want to help people. And that is very, very powerful, right? So yes, you can get all the templates you want word for word. That's not going to help you stand out. And you're not going to feel good about that as well if it's something that doesn't align with you. This helps you to be in alignment with what you're saying, how you're saying it, and who you're saying it to. Okay. And as I said, you get a month in there of that. So if this is something that's of interest to you, I would love for you to join the masterclass. You can get started right away. And also, by the way, with the masterclass, you don't have to do it all in one go. You can if you want. But the way I've done it is I've broken it down, as I said, into those 3 elements. So maybe for you, for example, you might just want to get started right away on the sales side of things, the mindset around selling, okay, and how to do that ethically and in line with your values. Then that might be what you start with. Right. And that's what you could start with today. And as I said, then you can just, request to join our Magnetic Video and Visibility Guild, right, for the month. And you can be getting started right away. Because honestly, that is what's key to this, right? You can do all the mindset stuff you want, and that's great. And mindset stuff is super important. But you've got to take the action on it in order to embody this and make this a practice that changes, right, those old stories into new stories. Right, that really, as I say, this is how you embody this. That's how you make the change in this. There's no point going, okay, for 2 days, 3 days, I'm going to do this, and that's great, and then you fall back into the old ways. And that is why I'm giving you this full month, right, for free in there, so you do start to implement this over and over and over again, so that it feels good. You make the change, it feels good, you fall in love with selling, you fall in love with being visible on video, right? And you love sharing with people how you can work with them. And that is what makes you magnetic, when you're showing up like that for them, right? They can't wait to work with you, right? And again, I give tons of my own examples of how I've done this, and I've given client examples as well, right? So this isn't something I'm just making up pie in the sky. This works, okay? As I said, I told my story going from first of all, I had all the visibility fears. I had massive fears around selling. And now I've worked with hundreds of clients, helping them also to do the same thing. Okay, so that's it for today. And I would love to hear from you. Okay, has any of this resonated with you? Like, are you visibly hiding, right, by not actually doing the inviting and the sharing part, right? Can you relate to the blocks I shared as well? As I said, this is not about judgment. This is just going, hey, yeah, this is where I am. And then that's okay, because once you know that, then you can get to the other side with this as well. And let me tell you, sharing and inviting people to work with you, as I said, literally is the highest form of service for people, right? That is where you will make the most impact that you want to make in the world, the most incredible positive impact. This is how you leave your legacy, right? By starting there, and this is how we create it, okay? And I would love to help you to do that, okay? So that's it for today. I cannot wait to hear from you. Make sure you put your comments down below. And yeah, I would love to see you in the masterclass and really help you to become a sales magnet on video.